Yes, everybody. How are we all doing? Good morning. Because I know it's going to be morning in some places, wherever you are, all over the world. Just thought I'd jump on and just talk Arsenal. What's going to happen Sunday? What's the lineup we're predicting? How long before we see players going out the door? Fabio Vieira, Zinchenko, Reece Nelson, Jakub Kiwior. How long? How long, people? How long are we going to have to wait? So, and Man United are out to Grimsby Town. Arsenal got Port Vale in the next round of the Cup. Should Max Darman get some minutes in that game? I personally think he should. So, yep, just thought I'd jump on and let's just chat Arsenal, everything, and other clubs if other people jump in who support other football teams, obviously. So, to me, Liverpool Sunday, I don't know what to expect. If I'm looking at it from a Liverpool perspective of how they've started, they definitely could be got at, but I don't know because I don't know what Liverpool will do Sunday. Konate is playing shit at the moment, absolutely rubbish. Last season it was fantastic. Season before that it was shaky. So I don't know what could happen. More than likely, Konate and Van Dijk will probably play brilliant against Arsenal on Sunday. But we don't know. Obviously, we'll wait and see that. Wait and see. Gravenbach I think, he's a fantastic midfielder. He was absolutely quality last season. Him and McAllister in the centre midfield was brilliant. The best duo, I would say, in the Premier League. And obviously, the trio, I say Joe Linton, Sandro Tonali, and Bruno Guimaraes. Gavin L, big up Rich, big up Gavin. Hope you're well, my guy. Just thought I'd jump on, mate, and just talk Arsenal, see what we think. And how long are we going to have to wait to see these players going? It seems like it gets towards end of window, and then next minute, right, bang, push that button, get the players out the door. It's every window. We just don't sell players. We can say we are the worst by far big team at selling players. That is not even questionable. We are the worst big team at selling players by far. I mean, look at Chelsea. They're getting players out of the door. They're selling Dewsbury Hall, which have sold him to Everton already for about 25, 30 million. Typical Arsenal. Have brought obviously Nani Madueke from Chelsea because we always buy a Chelsea player under Mikel Arteta. Um, and now I'm looking, and it's looking like they're going to get around about 30 million for Christopher Nkunku. I know, obviously, it costs more than that, but they still seem to get better value when it comes with better sales when it comes to Arsenal, no matter what. Fabio Vieira costs, I think, around about 35 million. We're struggling to get 20 million, I think, for Fabio Vieira, who was playing very good for Porto last season in the Premier League. So I don't know. I don't know. Vega went to Villarreal from Chelsea, 25 million. Hardly ever got Premier League games. I mean, we are bad people. People, I don't care if you're obsessed with Arteta or the club, you can never criticise it. You've got to face facts that we are absolutely shocking when it comes to selling players. Kenji in Philippines, good morning, Rich. Good morning, Kenji. Hope you're well, my guy. Big up to you. Well, good afternoon, I will say, Kenji. Gavin out. Morning, Kenji. Kenji in Philippines. Morning, Gavin. Community settings, good to see. So, Atta Nelson, Fabio Vieira. See, Atta Nelson, Kiwior, and Fabio Vieira. I bet the most we get will probably be for Jakub Kiwior, and I bet we get 22 million, probably at the most for Kiwior, which not too bad. I think we spent about 27 million, 28 million or something on it for Kiwior. So that again is always going to be a loss when it comes to Arsenal. But if we can get 22 million for Jakub Kiwior, it is what it is. Would I say that's a good price? No, because even when players turn up and put 7 or 8 good games in, which for other teams, that's how it seems to go. Look at Strand Larsen, was playing fantastic for Wolves last season. He scored 2 goals this season, and there were very good goals. Those goals last night were good against West Ham. Well, Tuesday night, and you're talking 65 million people. You're talking 65 million. And Atletico Madrid, Stan Larsen was not that good. And when Wolves signed him, I thought, yeah, it's fair play. No disrespect to Wolves. He might help them. Um, and last season, I will say it, Stan Larsen turned up and he went on a mad one. I think he scored about 7 goals in about 5 games, something like that. A bit of a good record. And then next minute, you're talking, that's it. Because I always say a player can have 7 or 8 good games, his valuation can go so high, and he can have a bad 7 to 8 games, and his valuation can just drop massively. And that's how it seems to go. But with Arsenal, there just don't seem to be any valuation going up. Like Jakub Kiwior played fantastic against Real Madrid. I think he played well against Everton. He played well against Brentford. Let's just say he had around when he filled in for Gabriel, he did okay. He did a good job, and 9 times out of 10, that with what Kiwior did, it puts a player on the map. It makes him get out there, and teams look and think, yeah, he is worth 35, 40 million. Nah, I, I don't know. I don't know if it's Arsenal's the way they approach a player to try and sell him, uh, the mannerism. I have no idea. I don't know if it's the first email, the first phone call, but something's still not right when it comes to selling players. People, something's not right. Obviously, the wages are astronomical and they're pathetic. I mean, who the hell is going to want Reece Nelson when he's on £100,000 a week? They're looking at Reece Nelson saying he's hardly played. He's always injured. We want to pay him about £45,000 a week. He's on 100K a week, people. So why should Reece drop down? And if he does drop down, he's probably going to want to drop because he lives a nice lifestyle. I think he's got his own clothing brand, actually, what I've seen yesterday. He might want to drop to £90,000 a week. Who's going to want to pay Reece Nelson that? Nobody. Your Dortmunds, AC Milans, Fulham wouldn't want to. They want, the AC Milans and Dortmunds, that they'll probably want to pay Reece Nelson, say, £40,000 a week at the most. Premier League teams might go to 60. No one's going to want to pay Reece 100K a week. Let's get real, man. And this is Arsenal, and this is not Berta's fault for that. So I'm hoping this changes. Same as Zinchenko. Who the hell is going to want to pay £150,000 a week for Zinchenko when he ran about 25 to £35,000 a week at Man City? Nobody's going to want to pay Zinchenko that. Again, with Zinchenko, they'll want to pay 50K, 50K a week at the most. European teams, again, probably about the same with Reece Nelson, about £40,000 a week. And that's the reality. As much as people say, no, 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 I'm telling you it's true. They're not going to want to pay £150,000 for a left back slash kind of number 10 midfielder who doesn't play, who does not play hardly any games in the Premier League and gets minutes in the cup. That's it. Who the hell's going to want to pay £150,000 a week, people? So we might just have to accept Zinchenko stays and runs his contract down to the wire, like most players do at Arsenal, because nobody wants them. In the Philippines, we are the worst club at selling, no doubt about that. Is Kiwior sold yet? No, absolutely. Kenji, it probably go down to last minute, and it looks like Porto were the last team to probably look at him. Donald Zaramp, we got mediocre players at luxury wages. Not surprising we can't sell. Absolutely, Donald. Big up to you, my guy, as well. Kenji Philippines, that Amaran is not sacked yet is unbelievable. That guy is not good enough losing to a League Two side. Well, Kenji, I mean, as you might have seen already in my chat, my hands go up because I have said Ruben Amorim is the right manager for Man United. I got it completely wrong, people. And again, this is what you'll get from me. I always put my hands up and I'll say I'm wrong. And I was wrong. He's not the manager for Man United, is he? And they asked him, in his post-match interview, saying, like, do it meant just formation after no, 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 no formation. Look, the player. He's on about the personnel, the players. He mentioned when they mentioned formation, he said no, 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 no. But one thing I will say about him, he didn't come out with bullshit excuses like this wanker of a manager does, Mikel Arteta. He didn't lie at all. He basically said it's not good enough. He didn't hide. He had about a 2-minute interview, and he did not lie whatsoever. So I respect him for that. Because that our manager, Mikel Arteta, no chance. He won't be doing stuff like that. He would make every excuse up you could think of. Please do smash up the likes and subscribe if you already haven't, people. I'm on the road to 500 now. Getting closer. Um, where are we? Donald Duran, Edu really screwed us. Laugh at that. Now Berta is trying to clean his mess. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Donald. Edu was. I didn't want Edu as our sporting director. I just thought Edu, just stay as part of the Invincibles. Just leave it there. Don't be involved in the technical side at Arsenal. Please don't. And it end up being that way. And now obviously people hate Edu. I mean, I don't, but and he did, and I'm sure there were some times where him and Mikel Arteta got into a disagreement, and Edu probably wanted a certain player, and Arteta said no. Mr. Battered, good, extremely early morning where you are rich. Hope you're well, my friend. UK for me, Mr. Batty Red. Big up my guy. Hope you're well, Mr. Batty. UK, but I work night shifts. I'm on nights tonight, which like Thursday night. And I slept for a bit, and I just thought, you know what, I'll jump on. And I do that sometimes. You know what I mean? I do that, and I am trying to get to that 500 subs before deadline day, which is Monday. Just a little target. I thought, you know what, it's deadline day on Monday. I want to get to 500 subs, and I'm getting closer. So, will I get it? I don't know. I don't know. Um, but yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. It's with Ruben Amorim. I mean, I, I have got a bit of respect for him because I can remember watching an interview last season and all, and obviously when Man United were in the trenches when they were just absolutely rubbish, and he did say Man United will come good again one day, whether it's with me or not, they will. So I do respect him for that because the way he says it, excuse me, he accepts. He will walk. He will walk. He's someone what will say, I failed. I failed. I'm not going to do this no more to this club. It seems like he's really got a liking for the club now, and he respects the club. And I think he will walk himself if he feels he's not up to the job. I really do, because the way he's that what he said last season, Man United will turn up good again, even if it's not with me. He put that right in there straight away. And then last night he were gutted. You know, you could hear it saying he's not happy at all. It's not good enough. Asked about the formation change or anything like that, and he kind of said no. At least Amaram know how to apologise to the fans. Meanwhile, Arteta's pride can't do that. Absolutely, Donald. That's what I'm saying, mate. He did. He literally did. He said the fans do not deserve that whatsoever. You'll never ever hear this stubborn, smug prick Mikel Arteta talk like that. What he does when we lose to PSG in the post match, he lies to a female reporter. Nothing said. Nothing said. He's not questioned. You know, nothing. He lies. He's a liar. So back to bed. You will, my friend, keep up the where are we? Oh, you will, my friend. Keep up the grind. How are you feeling about the weekend's clash against Liverpool? Mr. Batty, thank you very much, my guy. Hope so. Hope I get to 500. Uh, Against Liverpool, I'm looking at Liverpool and seeing Canate, and he's all over the place at the minute, but I'm 80% confident Liverpool put a shift in against Arsenal on Sunday, and Canate probably turns up and puts an 8 out of 10 in, maybe even a 9 out of 10, and him and Van Dijk are solid together. Um, I think we're going to lose. Personally, I just do. I said that from when the fixtures came out. Arsenal will lose to Liverpool. I've got the Man United one wrong. Hands up. I said Man United will beat Arsenal. Obviously, they didn't. I said we'll beat Leeds. We have. Um, I think Liverpool will beat Arsenal. I just think the know-how. Um, I think Salah will turn up Sunday. He'll be on it. Ekatike seems to be, don't have to say a problem because it's early on in season, but that goal he scored against Newcastle, I noticed something. And again, because I've been a striker when I was a young lad, and I know it's only 7 to 14, but I scored 79 goals in one season, etc., blah blah blah. Um, I noticed that one thing when he scored that goal against Newcastle, that the way he changed his foot position, like he spun his foot and just knew. Even the slightest little spin of a foot can change the ball the way. Sorry, even the slightest change of a foot, like even if it just if you say if that's your say that's your foot like that, and you just turn it a little bit without lifting it off of the ground, it can make the ball go into a different direction. It can make the ball go into the net differently. And I just noticed something. I thought he looks a problem. He looks like he's going to score all types of goals. So we'll see. We'll see. Um, but I think Liverpool will beat Arsenal Sunday. I do. I just, I don't trust the manager. I don't. I can still see him even putting faith in Martinelli still and playing him on the left wing. Eze on the bench, starting Ethan Wanyeri as the number 10 and playing Noni Madueke in Saka's position and obviously Victor Gyökeres up top. Ideally, I want to see Eberechi Eze in the number 10 role, taking Martin Odegaard's place, definitely, and for the rest of all the time. Um, the left wing, this is where the problem is, people. We need a proper left winger. I shouldn't be having to say left wing. Who can it be? Can it be Trossard, Madueke, you know, Eze, Martinelli? No, I should be saying right left wing. Lookman taken care of. Victor Gyökeres up top. Of course, Saka's injured, so I go Ethan Wanyeri on the right wing. But already I'm having to scatter around into our third game of the season. And this is why I always keep saying in football, stop looking at just a pretty nice picture. The pretty picture, the nice picture is Eze signed. That's the perfect picture at the moment. He's came home since being released at 13-year-old, etc. Went to Reading, then playing for QPR, his own. But the bigger picture is, what are we going to do now on that left wing? Who are we going to have as our fixed left winger who we can say, yes, he will score at least 8 Premier League goals? Ideally, you want 10 Premier League goals from a winger. And all this bullshit about people saying wingers are not, it's not their duty to score goals. You've never ever played football in your life because wingers have a duty to back the striker up. And I'm not saying it 25 freaking Premier League goals a season, but they have a duty to back and contribute the striker up. Always has been the same and always will be the same. Robert Pires, Mark Overmars, Ryan Giggs. It'll never ever change. Andrei Kanchelskis. It's the duty for a winger to score goals. So any of these idiots will automatically somehow it's all changed now. It's all changed because this is Mikel Arteta, how he plays. He likes his winger to defend. Oh, well, now the wingers, no, it's not their job to contribute. It's not their job to score goals. Score goals as a winger. No, that's strange. You don't do that. And this is another thing what bugs me. How these obsessed Arteta fans keep changing the football. It's like it, it was that 5 year ago, 10 year ago. It will be that in 20 years' time. A winger's job is to make sure you score goals. And yes, you do have to help back. But I always say a winger should be a 60-40. 60 attack, 40 defence. I mean, ideally, I want 80 attack, 20 defence. But Mikel Arteta seems to want like a 70 defensive side from a winger and 30 attack. I mean, this is why I still believe that Martinelli is huge decline in form has got Mikel Arteta written all over this. So it already going into our third game of the season, and I'm having to scatter around to say who will play left wing for Arsenal on Sunday. Shouldn't have to do that. We should have a left winger brought in, and we all want Rodrigo, but I just think we've got zero chance. I never thought we'd even got a chance anyway. Rafael Leao seems to want to play for AC Milan, which fair play to him, and, that'll be probably about 70 million. To me, Lookman for 40, 45 million could be an absolute steal, could be a bargain, could be one at signings at summer. But will we get him? No, because we're going for Piero Hincapié, Hincapié, however you pronounce his name, the Ecuadorian centre back slash left back, which a good signing. But if we'd have got Lookman and a backup striker and then finish with Hincapié, then you're talking and with Deadwood gone, then you're looking at window and you're thinking, well, that's an 8.5. That's just an 8.5 straight away. Right now, to me, it's a 7. Um, so yeah, I don't think we'll win Sunday. I don't. And it's really bad in a way that Man City have lost to Tottenham because once we play Liverpool, then we've got Forest, and then we've got City. They might hit a surge. They might have Donnarumma in by that. Well, not might. They either have or they haven't because the window will be closed. Donnarumma might be in. They might have added a centre back because I think Man City will sign a centre back now because Akanji looks like he's getting linked still with Galatasaray, AC Milan, the Crystal Palace. I think maybe Crystal Bayer Leverkusen's one. So Man City will sign another centre back, and that's where I said as well. Even though I predict Man City to still win league, I'm still shocked they just haven't signed a world class centre back. They haven't got no Diaz of 2 years ago, and they haven't replaced Kyle Walker. And now Edison looks like he's going to go, and Donnarumma will come in. So I still think Man City will win league, but again Sunday, like Mr. Batty just said, already I'm having to scout around to say who's going to play left wing for Arsenal. Shouldn't have to do that, people. You shouldn't be doing that. Should be nailed on. We haven't got injuries at the left wing, so we should say he's our left winger. Lookman is the left winger. Victor Gyökeres will play our striker. Okay, Saka's injured. Ethan Wanyeri, play him. Yeah, I'm playing Ethan Wanyeri over Noni Madueke because Wanyeri last season scored 9 goals, and he's fantastic if you ask me. If he gets the freedom, he's class. Ethan Wanyeri is a brilliant footballer, and he causes problems. Gavin L, big up, Mr. Batty Red. Mood settings great to see. Kenya Philippines. If Man United get Glasner, they will come good. What is he doing with Palace? Speaks volumes. Whoa. This is how cruel is football. Honestly, chat, how cruel is football? Can you imagine now Man United just saying, right, we want Oliver Glasner, ex-Frankfurt, Eintracht Frankfurt manager of the Bundesliga, and they just turn up to Crystal Palace and say, we'll pay 15 million for him. In the next minute, Crystal Palace just go boom, 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 capitulate. Because they've got the Muniz, Watton, Mateta, Sar's balling out now. Sar looks fantastic. They've got Gay, which will go, obviously. They've got that Livro, I think it is, the other centre back. They've got Johnson in net. They've got Mitchell. They've got Chris Richards. Crystal Palace are building a freaking good football team, and they've just signed Yeremy Pino from Villarreal. I see Crystal Palace starting to be around European football nearly every season if this continues. But it's cruel, like Kenji just mentioned. What a cruel game we live in because Man United could just rock up now and say we want Oliver Glasner, and if he's a release clause or something like that, we'll pay 15 million to get him away. And then next minute you see Crystal Palace. I mean, he's even got Kamada playing fantastic again, who was with him at Frankfurt. Then he went to Lazio. Didn't really quite work out. So I like what Crystal Palace doing, and I like the players. They've got some really good players. Even Will Hughes, the Watford, the Derby County player, seems like he's about 55-year-old. He's still doing bits. He's still doing bits in Premier League. He's getting in the team. So I like Oliver Glasner. I think he's a bloody good manager. I really do. He's level-headed, and he seems to get. He's a bit like Eddie Howe. He seems to get a tune out of the players. Right, where are we? I don't know though. I don't know if Man United will sack Ruben Amorim. I'm not sure, people. I don't know. I don't know if Sir Jim Radcliffe will do this because he just obviously gave him loads of money. I'm not sure. I don't know. People, please do smash the likes up and subscribe if you already haven't. So right, I'm going to read these because, like I say, I know I don't get as much in my chat as other people yet. in other channels. Sorry, but I like to read all the comments out. I don't like to miss any because I don't think it's fair. Sometimes it might take me a bit longer. Mr. Battered at Gavin L, my G, Ryan, how are you still up for you? Isn't it like 4 in the morning for you? It's 11 where I am. Yeah, Ryan, I've been asleep for a bit, mate. I'm on nights tonight, which is like Thursday night, and it is 4:20. So I might do like another hour and then I'll jump off. But I'm just, if I'm awake, I'll just jump on. Sometimes, not all the time, because obviously I'm on nights now for 4 nights in a row. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So obviously I won't be doing that for the next 4 nights. Gavin out, big up Ryan. Um, and big up to you, Ryan, as well, my guy. Mr. Battered. Canate has been a mess. Fact. Gyökeres will target him, I reckon. I predict a 2-1 either way. Set pieces will be interesting. Yeah, and this is it, people. You've got all these certain Arsenal fans now, where every time we get a set piece, they're excited because sometimes, majority of the time last season, it was the only time we would score a goal. And I will say this, if Arsenal do start slow, like they did against Leeds and Man United, Liverpool's going to run them. They're going to run all over us. They're going to sniff the danger, and Liverpool will smother Arsenal if they start slow. If Arsenal keep starting like they did, especially against Leeds, where it's like glimpses of intensity and urgency, and then you think, oh, it's stopped again. You ain't getting away with that, people, against teams what's got players what can punish you. The Salahs, the Ekatike's, Gakpo. You ain't getting away with it. And you've got a midfield, obviously, of McAllister and Gravenbach. You're just not going to get away with that. They're going to smother you. Same as Newcastle for Joe Linton, Sandro Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes. Start sluggish like that and slow, and that Newcastle will get a grip of us when we play them as well, and they will smother us, and obviously Man City will. So we've got to change that. We've got to literally start taking teams to the sword and be ruthless and nasty from the minute one. Otherwise, we are going to start hitting problems, and that is something we can't do. We can't lose a game unless Liverpool lose a game. That's how it is this season. It could be 1 point. We've got to win every single match. Get out of these games, these six what we've got. We need to win every single one to get a foothold of the Premier League title. Otherwise, I'm wrong at the moment. I did say we'll lose to Man United. I did say Arsenal's title will be finished by October. I still could be right. Liverpool, which I think will beat us Sunday. We will beat Forest. Then if Man City beat us and Liverpool have still not lost, it's over. It's finished. Arsenal's league title will be over. If we lose 2 matches and Liverpool still haven't lost, the league is finished for Arsenal. Because, like I said, on about a week ago, Arsenal cannot catch teams, but we get caught. We just do not chase teams down, but they chase us. That's a proven fact. We can't do it. Where are we? Ryan, Gavin, no, I don't have to wake up too early tomorrow, so I can sleep in. So I don't care as much. That's good, Ryan. Good to know, mate. Gavin, no, Ryan. Yes, it's 4:12 here in the UK. Darren Martin, big up, Rich. Big up, Darren. Hope you well, my guy. Good to see you in the chat. Ryan at Gavin L. Why are you up? You need some sleep. Kenji Philippines, they getting back McAllister to that game, right? They getting back McAllister to that game, right? I'm not sure what you mean on that, Kenji. Gavin L, big up Darren Martin. Sheldon Johnson, is this the Eze in the is this Eze in the 10 business because we don't like Odegaard? I just want Eze as my number 10, Sheldon. I think Eze will be absolutely fantastic for Arsenal in the number 10, providing this manager lets him play with freedom. I keep thinking this already. You could see Eze become a bit average at Arsenal and then if that happens, you will look and say it's Mikel Arteta. He seems to ruin a lot of players because he's got this foothold on them, like he's got this pressure where he don't let him have the freedom and express himself and flourish. So obviously it's yet to be seen, but I do already think those things, and I'm only thinking things like that because this is what this manager has done with people. So to me, Eze's a number 10. I don't want to see him on a left wing. Like I said the other day, if you put 10,000 Crystal Palace fans in a room, I guarantee 8,000 Crystal Palace fans are saying Eze's a number 10. He needs to be playing from a central position. You need him to pick the ball up, drive with intensity, that urgency. He's a forward-thinking player. He will pass the ball fast into Gyökeres's feet. He will send Saka on his runs. You know, he'll keep drawing defenders in. He doesn't. We do not want Eze to know that Mikel Arteta, because that's what he does when he has a winger, will probably demand 60% or 70% defensive side of him. I mean, what we're doing here? Are we just going to keep ruining players? Let players like Eze flourish and just go. There's the keys. Just run. Just drive. Just. He could be so creative for Arsenal, but under this manager, I have massive concerns, because if he gets him on the left wing, he will demand a defensive side to him, which you have to. But it seems like Mikel Arteta wants the 60% defensive side, even the 70% defensive side, and the 40 or the 30 attack. Shouldn't be like that. It should be 60 attack or 70 attack, 30 defense. Personally, I think it should be 80 attack and 20% defensive side as a left and a right winger. Just going on what I've watched through years, with the Marco Mars, Robert Pires, Andrew Konchelskis, Ryan Giggs, you know, Mr. Batchred, Darren, big up, good sir. Darren Martin at Gavin, big up, bro. Darren Martin, Mr. Batty Red, big up legend. Darren Martin at Sheldon Johnson. Odegaard is shit, bench him permanently. Yeah, weakest captain in football. He is the weakest captain in football, Martin Odegaard. And I am still embarrassed, which nothing's going to change, that he is our captain. It's embarrassing when you think of Tony Adams, the man, Tony Adams, second behind David O'Leary, the most appearances for Arsenal, 669, 48 goals for Arsenal, 4 Premier League titles, proper captain. John Terry, Patrick Vieira, Thierry Henry, Steven Gerrard, Roy Keane. None of that speak volumes. When you think, and then you mention Martin Odegaard, well, mouse. He's the weakest captain I have ever seen in football. And it's embarrassing that we've got him as a captain. Bruno is a better captain than Odegaard. He's shouting, he gets players fired up. Sheldon Johnson, was Michael Elise a winger? Obviously now at Bayern Munich, and apparently teams are queuing for him already. Michael Elise is smashing it at Bayern. Gavin L. But this is the thing, the Premiership's different. You can't be experimenting with positions too much. German Bundesliga, no disrespect to any league in the world, because I always say that, it's different to Premier League. You can get away with playing Elise in a 10 or on a wing in the Bundesliga. In the Premier League, no. Elise wouldn't need to track back that much if he's on wing for Bayern, just because they don't get pressured as much. Where are we? Gavin L, where are you at, Ryan? Darren Martin, Michael Elise, never as for Arteta as a manager, absolutely. Vincent Company, next big thing, I think. Ryan at Gavin L, I live in America. What a place, America. I mean, just jealous. Ryan at Gavin L, how about you? Ken J, Philippines, we have to attack Liverpool. I can see a draw again. Arteta will park the bus. I would like to see we play him with 2 attacking 8. Yeah, I agree. But I think he will part bus. I think he'll go all defensive. And if we draw, it's not the end of the world, because we've won 2 already. But I want 9 points, people. I want to get the biggest test out of the way at the moment, which will be Liverpool at Anfield. Obviously, we've got Man City coming, I know, and Newcastle at St James's Park. But get this test out. Wait, stamp 3 points on it. Make it be, after those 6 games, Arsenal's the only team what's not lost. Make it be that. Can they do this under Arteta? I don't think so. I just don't think so, because already we've got Saka injured. So personally, I want Ethan Wanyeri to play there, but on the left wing, I've got no idea. I'm just not confident with Trossard, Martinelli, Noni Madueke. I'm not, and it probably will be. I don't know. I mean, will he put Ethan Wanyeri as a number 10? More than likely. and then put Noni Madueke as a right winger to replace Saka. That's probably what he'll do. And then left wing, I don't think he'll start Eze. He'll probably go Martinelli again. Now Martinelli has got a decent record against Liverpool, but that guy, as I said last night, he needs help, even if it's to be backing up Victor Gyökeres for rest of the season or whatever. Just do something for Martinelli because this can't continue with him. It just can't. 3 seasons in a row, Martinelli has been rubbish. Sheldon Johnson, Dan Martin, cool, but was he a winger? Mr. Battered, if Arsenal carry on playing fearlessly, you'll have a very good chance. Where are we? Sorry. You'll have a very good chance this year. Let Eze especially do his thing. If Arteta reverts to type and overdoes tactics, forget it. Absolutely. Yeah, that's absolutely, Mr. Batty Red. Absolutely. Perfectly put. It's true. If Arteta messes around with someone like Eze and starts interfering with Gyökeres' game, then you ain't going to see the best of Victor Gyökeres as our striker, and you're definitely not going to see the best of Eze at this football club. And this will be this manager because he can do what the hell he wants because he's got all the Tom Cantons, Harry Simeon, Rory Talks BS, Adam Keys, Money Penny, and many, 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 many more what protect him. He can do anything, and they will bullshit and their way and just they will just put their daily bullshit. Oh, but Arteta needs time. He needs time to adapt to Eze. Fuck off. They are lying wankers, and they're nowhere to be seen. When they keep getting all these things wrong, like Eduardo Egan, obviously another one, had the audacity to keep saying I don't want Gyökeres. Sesko's ceiling's miles bigger, miles bigger. We should be signing Gyökeres. Why are we signing? Why are we? So we should be signing Sesko. Why are we signing Victor Gyökeres? It doesn't make sense. I can see why Mikel Arteta wants Sesko. Blah 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 blah. All this, all that. Next minute, he can't stop putting things about Victor Gyökeres. How are these people allowed 400,000 followers on Twitter? What have we done? What's happened to this football club? Why are we following people like that? What are lying, bullshitting? You know, the nothing happens, whatever they say. It does not happen. Whatever they say, well, that's never happened. Or no, I don't agree with that player. You know what I mean? It frustrates me. It really does. It really does. Where are we? Dan Martin, the facts is at Sheldon Johnson, he was played there and improved under a quality manager. Yep. Gavinell in England at Ryan. Abdul, maybe Eze will play on the left. I hope he doesn't. I hope he doesn't, Abdul. I really, really hope he does not play on the left. Ryan, look up Sem Stain, I call it this year or next year. He will break out and sign for a European giant. He scored 31 goals for midfield. Sam Stein, that's 31 goals in midfield. Really? That's a great record. Sean Johnson, you can't answer a simple question without dipping into your agenda bag. Can't you? Darren Martin, you can't acknowledge a simple fact that does answer your question. Moving on. Sean Johnson, and this is why I can't talk to these Arteta sexual. Everything is Arteta, this, Arteta, that. Sean Johnson, big up. Rich99, big up chat. Ryan, set piece is extra, not the only way we should score. Yeah, absolutely, Ryan. But this, you get all these, United Arteta fans giddy and excited. You can hear them every time we get a corner, and it's just like, what? Why have we turned out like this? Because they know, but they don't say anything that this is the best chance where we have to score goals through set pieces. That's how they see it. They know that we start slow and we already have twice this season. If it happens like against Liverpool, especially at Anfield, we start slow. They will smother Arsenal. They will be right at it. They'll be out of the blocks and they will smother us. Sheldon Johnson, yeah, we can't run this set piece bullshit against Newcastle. They ripping this team a new one. Yeah, and so will Liverpool, Sheldon. If we just think we can turn up and dawdle about and just, stroll about for the first 20, 25 minute and just there's no intensity, no urgency, maybe little glimpses of it like they were against Leeds, and then think, oh, 30-minute in, 35-minute, let's press the button and let's go for it. You ain't getting away with that against Liverpool. You're not going to get away with that against Newcastle, and you're not going to get away with that against Man City. So we have to change that. That's that again. This is where it goes back to Mikel Arteta. Do I trust him? I've got zero confidence in trusting Mikel Arteta whatsoever. Let me show you this, people. I just want to show you this because this just makes me think I haven't been able to see this in 3 seasons. Now, I don't know if it'll work properly because I'm still learning how to share like live and stuff, but hopefully it does. Let me just, hopefully it works. Right. I'm just going to make sure it's on because I've not seen this in 3 seasons. Well, we all haven't. We all have not seen this in 3 seasons. So I'm just going to see if it goes back to beginning. I don't know if it will. Um, Let me just show you. And we all agree we haven't seen this at our club for 3 seasons, people. Right. Let's just see if I can show you. See if you see it. I mean, hopefully it plays. I mean, just look at the way. Just look at his eyes. He's having that ball, and I did want Max Diamond to score that penalty because we'd already won game easily. But just look at that, getting that net. F you, I'm here to score goals. We have not seen that ruthlessness for 3 seasons. Someone who wants that football, and if he thinks I've got a chance of scoring a goal, I'm scoring. I don't care. I don't care about setting anybody up. So all these, again, Roy talks PS, Adam Keys, Money Penny. Oh, all these GAs. Oh, Victor Gyökeres had this many. He doesn't give a crap about setting players up. His first thought is, as a striker should be, and that was my first thought, put that ball in the back of that net, even if it's from the penalty spot with his head, taking a player on, a tapping. His first thought is, I want to score a goal today for my football club. Simple as that. And there's this one as well. I don't know if, right, let me just try and find it. Because this one is a little bit longer. Hopefully it works. Let me just try and find it. Give me a minute. And I just thought, my God, we just hadn't seen this at our club. What a delight to see. It's fantastic to see. Is it gonna? Why can it not? Why is it not there? Nah. I mean, Crystal Palace are in talks to sign Arsenal Reece Nelson for 15 million after the deal with Fulham seems to have gone. Yeah, because Fulham are getting shipped to the next as Kevin and Chukwuemeke. I think used to play for Villarreal, now at AC Milan. So um, where is it? What? In fact, it might not be on that one. Let me try and find it. Just bear with me, because this is good to see. You've got to admit that this is what we've been wanting to see for we've missed this at our club. We're, no, it's not. I don't think it's that one. Right. Let me just see if this works. Hope it does. Yeah, just look at this, people. This is what we've not been seeing for 3 seasons. Just look at him. Just look at him. How buzzing are you to see finally? Obviously it's just showing his game. This is fantastic to see. He's itching. You can see he wants. I mean, obviously here his reaction should have been take a touch, but obviously he didn't realise and he snapped at it. I get that. But I am buzzing. We've got this guy, and I am. If we'd have got Sesko, I'd have been so disappointed. But I know it wouldn't have shocked me because this is just what Mikel Arteta does. I mean, just look at this. Look at this. Get out of my way. Get the fuck out of my way. I'm putting that ball in net. That's what look at the anger, the aggression, the power, you know, the the striker's instinct that I'm having this ball. It's simple as that. I'm gonna make sure this ball goes in the back of that net. And that is what you want from a striker, people. None of this he is levels with Kai Havertz. When I look at Kai Havertz, I think just sell him now. Just sell him now and bring us another striker because just look at this, you know, and again, look at this. Bang! Bang! Alan Shearer-esque. Get in that net. Absolutely keeper, zero chance. Smashed it with so much power. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I mean, we've all got to agree with that. We've all got to agree that we have not seen that for 3 seasons at all. We just have not seen it, and it's great to see. Right, I'm gonna go through everyone's, comments now, people. I do apologise. Right, let me just see where we are. But yeah, I'm loving seeing that. I think it's fantastic. I think it is brilliant to see. I really do. Right, there we go. Let's start. Where did I get to? Um, Against Newcastle, they were yeah. Abdul Liverpool are overrated. Uh, as if I think Arsenal will win or draw. I mean, it's early days. Don't write Liverpool off because they could just turn up and wallop Arsenal. They could batter Arsenal. And like I keep saying, if Arsenal start like they did against Leeds and Manchester United, this is Liverpool people. They've got a midfield to smother you with McAllister and Gravenberch. Gravenberch gets hold at game, he will cause problems, 100%. And then we know what Salah can do. We just know. And just to let people know, the transfer window shuts on Monday. On Monday, sorry. Alexander Isaac could be in the Liverpool squad. Just to let people know that. I mean, that's crazy how he's still not gone yet. Darren Martin, they said Tesco is better than Gyökeres. Dude didn't even want to take a pen for United. He went 10th. He did. He did. He waited against Grimsby and all. No disrespect, but that just shows he's got no. Victor Gyökeres would have stepped up first. 10th in the lineup just shows how rubbish Tete is at talent ID. Imagine if we had, so yeah, if Andre Berta don't come to Arsenal, we would have got Sesko. That was all over Arteta because he could have made a bullshit process again and made another made up phase number. Like it's now 7 into 22 or 21, you know. But and yet you had these little twats, these little wet wipes, these pricks, people like Moneypenny slagging Victor Gyökeres up. Oh, that header was bad, bad. Yes, yes. You know what? I've never seen an header like that. You know, he was talking to his mate after the United game, saying how bad his header was. I mean, but they're nowhere to be seen. They're absolutely cowards. None of them, like I said, the Harry, Tom, Moneypenny, Adam, Rory, they're nowhere to be seen. They get so many things wrong, but they're never nowhere to be seen because they ain't got the bollocks. That's why. Um, and it is absolutely 100%, Darren Martin. Arteta's talent ID is fucking pathetic, especially when it comes to attacking players. It's shocking. It's rubbish. I mean, Noni Madueke, 52 million. I have zero confidence in him. Zero confidence. I think he'll just be a bit of a add add to the numbers, just be a bit of an extra player and maybe have a few decent games in cup games. And I think that's all we'll see from Noni Madueke. Another piss poor wasted signing. If I'm wrong, my hands go up and I'll be loving it. If he scores like 10 Premier League goals this season, I'll be very happy. Or even 8, that'll do me from Madueke for his first season. That'll be quite decent. It's bad to read, yeah, McAllister should be back. Liverpool should have all 4 midfielders available together for the first time so far. Interesting to see who Slot puts at right back. Yeah, excuse me. This is it. I mean, people can't be saying Liverpool are overrated because Liverpool won the league last season by 10 points with Slot coming from the Dutch Eredivisie, obviously managing Feyenoord, AZ Alkmaar, and Go Ahead Eagles. Please don't say Liverpool overrated. They are the current Premier League champions and literally made Mikel Arteta look a twat on Slot in his first. He dog walked him. On Slot dog walked Mikel Arteta in his first season. Simple as that. Um, Ryan, Liverpool is the Madrid of last year. Really good, but horrible defensively. Really good transfer window for them. Everyone is hyping them up. We have to find out who's the Barca that'll keep the good work. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Like, no, if Arsenal go to Anfield and beat Liverpool, say 2-0 on Sunday, which I don't think they will, because I don't think we'll even win. 100%, the bookies, everybody, the commentators, the pundits are just going to say Arsenal's favourites to win the Premier League title. And then the pressure becomes even more on Mikel Arteta, and rightly so. Rightly so. Arteta deserves massive pressure. I mean, I'll show you something again in a minute when I've read some people's chats out. Mr. Bettered, Darren, I can't believe Red Bull Leipzig got what they did for him. Never understood the hype. I think you might be on about Canate. Sheldon Johnson, Abdul, bro, we struggled against a Man United team that bullied by Grimsby. Then we beat Leeds. We aren't much good either. No, and Man United, and I know it, oh, we beat you, you beat, it don't always work like that. But Man United, we couldn't even beat Man United at Emirates in the Cup when they had 10 men for 57 minutes and they beat us on penalties. We couldn't even break them down. Oh, because typical Mr. Mikel Arteta, the stubborn, smug prick, like that, like that. What are you going to do to change it? What are you going to do to change it? Show us your worth, the 15 plus million a year. Nah, 4-3-3, that don't work. Nothing works because it's all about him. Where are we? Darren Martin, Mr. Batty Red, an absolute scam. Sean Johnson, Bruno, that man is Gallas in disguise. Train wreck as a captain. Yeah, if I was Man United and Saudi League turn up tomorrow or whatever and say we'll offer you 50, 60 million for Bruno, you take it all day long. You take it all day long, and then you go and sign a world class defender. Obviously, not two for 60 million. You go and sign the best defender you can. And then if you sell other players, just go full ball and you sign and you try your best to get Baleba or someone like that. Or the guy from Sevilla, the Kiwembe, or something like that, central midfielder, the French international, I think he is. Because Man United have got problems in defence and midfield. They need a ball breaking powerhouse in midfield. They need a proper beast in midfield. Agarty's not lived up to it. And they need a world class centre back, and they ain't got one. And this back three, what Amrin insists on, they just haven't got a world class centre back. Lenny Euro's okay. De Ligt in and out because he gets injured. He's good on his day. Martinez always injured. He's not tall. So I don't. And Maguire has to play with a back three in a two. He's going to get run all over. It wouldn't surprise me if they try and put Maguire up front. Ryan, I was not expected. Sorry, I was not exposed to football during the golden generation of football, and so I have been reading a book about the Wenger's double season, difference in captaincy between Odegaard and what a guy. Look, just look what Ryan just said there, people. You know what? I respect that massively because you get all these people I keep mentioning, like all the money penny, they've got no clue about Arsenal Football Club whatsoever. And that little prick, wet wipe, went live on Sky on the overlap and got embarrassed and made a mockery of Arsenal Football Club. And he even had fans from other clubs having to answer his questions. I was too young. I know that. I was too young. Fuck off. Because I was nowhere near born, and I remember Charlie George in the yellow strip of Arsenal, laying there on the ground, 71 in the FA Cup, scoring the goal against Liverpool. Smudger against Palmer. Obviously, I was a bit older then. You know, Ian Wright, Coca-Cola Cup, Mark Overmars, Nicholas Anelka, 97, 98 FA Cup against Newcastle. I mean, and yet you get Ryan, read a book. But you know what? All these money pennies and that, nah, all they do is just they lie every single day. They'll put something out on social media, like Igal and everybody. Don't got a clue about Arsenal's history. They'll lie. It sells. It's got traction. It's got loads of followers, loads of subscribers. Next minute, they can even say, like I said last night, the snow will fall blue. The snow tomorrow will be light blue. And all these brainwashed people, what they've brainwashed, and these vulnerable fans, will it? Will we see blue snow tomorrow? Really? Yeah, because Mikel Arteta said it, so I'm gonna post it as well. Oh, wow. Next minute, another 1,000 subscribers or followers. I It bugs me. It really bugs me because people are getting so many subscribers and followers through bullshit, through lying. And like what Ryan's just said, good on you, mate. Reading a book, absolutely studying, reading, having taken the time and reading a book about Wenger. I mean, real one, all day long. Darren Martin, Gyökeres has more goals than United's front line. Yep, absolutely. Seki, big up my guy. I'm a bit skeptical about Arsenal's title chances, but still early days. We haven't really provided Gyökeres the best service. I'm going to keep the faith in the team. The game at United is a bit worrying. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Seki. Man United was stronger than us, faster than us. They were better. They were quicker than us. Uh, Let me change that again. They were stronger than us. Obviously, they were faster than us. In the air, they were beating us to the headers. They were getting near to the headers first, and they ran us all over at times. Even Mason Mount for Man United looked fantastic against Arsenal, who's literally done nothing for that club since he's gone from Chelsea. Um, so big up to you, Seki, my guy. Sheldon Johnson, Ryan. I can't tell you the difference one a real lead. Ryan, I can't tell you the difference. One a real leader, the other one was elected through favouritism. Yeah, that's where it is. That's where it is. 100% Sheldon. Martin Odegaard, it's an embarrassment that when you think of like the Tony Adams, not Dennis Bergkamp, Thierry Henry, Patrick Vieira, that we've now got a weak, mousy captain, someone who doesn't even speak. Declan Rice in Man United game is like that. Come on, like really rattling him up. He's got to be Arsenal's captain. Declan Rice all day long has to be Arsenal's captain. Simple as that, 100%. And if it's not Rice, it's got to be Gabriel. And then after that, I go with Saliba. But Saliba's like that. Do talking up pitch, mate. I ain't bothered, bro. Um, Darren Martin at Seki, I agree. I get the feeling that Arteta is not instructing the team to play to Gyökeres' strengths. He obviously doesn't like him replacing his love child, Havertz. I hope he lets Eze cook. Absolutely. 100%. I agree. 100%. Darren Martin, Kai Havertz, Martin Odegaard, or Mikel Arteta's love child. Sabati Red at Darren, I suspect after a period of time, Rice and Eze will make decisions for the team on the pitch. They are too good individually to be robusted and restricted by Arteta. 100%, yeah, I think they will start taking it into their own hands and saying, look, you're playing me at wrong position, pal. I can see that with Eze after a bit. Let me play. Let me go. Let me have the freedom. Gavin out. Ryan, you can't even compare between Adams and Odegaard. No, or even Patrick Vieira or Thierry Henry. It's not even, there's no question. There's not even a question on table for it. Ryan at Gavin, yeah, I realise that so much Odegaard is a scared and nervous person. Tony is someone who will step up when it matters most and puts the club first. 100%. What a great comment again from Ryan. And to read that book, I respect that massively because, like I said, all these little twats like Moneypenny. Oh, I was too young. Am I meant to know these questions? What an absolute prick! And made a mockery of this football club. Like I've said it many times. People like David Dean, Peter Ilwood, who's no longer with us, and Danny Fritzman is no longer. Lady Nina Basel Smith, Ken Fryer, Keith Elderman. I think I said David. There's six of them. David Dean, Peter Ilwood, um, Keith Elderman, Lady Nina Basel Smith, Ken Fryer, Danny Fritzman. Those people won't be allowed to do that. They won't be allowed to go on live TV. They won't be welcome no more. If obviously they were at Emirates era and it wasn't perfect. I know David Dean sold his shares, but they won't allow those people. They'd be like, no, you're not welcome at Arsenal Football Club. We're banning you from the Emirates. You are not going to go live on TV and make a mockery of our club. We've seen it. We've watched it. You're no longer welcome. We're not going to have you making us look twats live on TV just to get all your clicks and your followers and subscribers, just to get you out there and go viral for the day. That's probably why he did it. Or he's probably just that much of a knobhead and hasn't got a clue about Arsenal Football Club and has the audacity. This is what I'm saying. I am never going to listen to anyone like Igel or Moneypen or Tom Canton or anyone like that Rory talks BS, Adam Keys, when half of the things, and probably more than half, they say has never happened. Adam Keys were telling people Arsenal definitely don't need a striker. Please stop going on about a striker. We've got Kai Havertz. He's had a great season, 15 goals in all competitions. That's wank. That's rubbish. That is pathetic. That is crap. Um, and going back to that, I mean, I don't know if I've got a I don't know if I've got a pitch. No, no, I haven't got a picture. It was amazing to see against Leeds. They put it on the camera, showing it. The Ken Fryer turned 91. Say, let's say 2 weeks ago, around about 10 to 14 days. So let's just say Ken Fryer turned 91 around about 2 weeks ago, and he was at the Emirates against Leeds. What a beautiful picture that. What to see, the ex-secretary of Arsenal slash director, 91 people, and he was still in the Emirates Stadium. He was still in the crowd. It was amazing to see. Yes, he was near, obviously, the Josh Kroenkes, etc. I think he was, Richard Garlick. But it was fantastic to see, 91 and still turning up to the Emirates Stadium. Ex-director slash secretary, part obviously the Peter Hillwood, David Dean era, etc. And Danny Frisman, who was obviously no longer with us. Neither is Peter Hillwood. But it was just amazing to see something like that. I'm not seeing David Dean at Emirates much. He does go, but it didn't show because they don't get everything. They can't grab everything. But it were really good. I think I think it was to show like to show Josh Kroenke. I think it was, but you could see Ken Fryer were there, and some people might not know who he is, but ex-director, ex-secretary, and it was just fantastic. I thought 91 2 weeks ago, and he's still turning up at Emirates. Amazing to see, amazing. Yeah. Gavin L at Ryan, yes, you don't get many, if any, leaders like Tony Adams anymore. No chance. No John Terry's. You just don't. Ryan, Ivan Tony swap deal for 29. Maybe I would take that in a heartbeat. 100%. Absolutely, Ryan. But again, we ain't going to sell Kai Havertz. And when we do decide to sell Kai Havertz, we'll probably get 30 million for him. But now, if a Saudi team came with Kai Havertz, I think they would pay 50 million for him. I would love that. I mean, even Saudi teams, mate, they're not even, they just don't even seem to be bothered about our players. They're not coming in for Trossard, they're not coming for Vieira, they're not coming for Nelson. Is it the first approach from Arsenal? Is it the first words, what they say? Is it the first phone call, the first email? What is it? Again, we know the big problem, the wages, but for God's sake, Saudis are not even bothered. They're not even bothered. And this thing with Martinelli, I've not seen like official bids from anyone. Hopefully that could. I mean, that I would love it if a Saudi club came in for Martinelli and by end of window and offered 60 million. And if we didn't accept it, then again, get this manager out of my club because he would rather ruin him for another season and not let him play with the freedom. And then, next summer, we'll sell Martinelli. Well, Saudi clubs are still interested, but guess what? That's 60 million. Yeah, it's down to 30 million now. And then European teams were offering 25 million. This is a guy, people. What, 3 seasons ago, you're talking 80, 90 million for Martinelli. Um, Seki, I'm hoping Rice not having a strong defensive midfielder. Sorry, I'm hoping Rice not having a strong defensive midfielder next to him. First bite is in the bum. Party and Rice were, and also I don't like to mention his name, but the guy we've released, TP, he was our best all-round midfielder last season, 100%. He's half decent at right back as well. I'm gutted what's happened, and I obviously for different circumstances which get out of this club do not want him around. But I'd have loved him to have not done what he'd done, obviously, and been in that midfield. Sorry, this season with Declan Rice because I just think he's brilliant. I think he's a fantastic footballer. And last season, out of about 5 players, he was one of the only players what played around about 35 games in all competitions. And I just think last season he was Arsenal's all-round best player. Sorry, midfielder. Um, what a shame! What a shame! What a twat! What a twat! And now obviously at Villarreal. Kenji Philippines. If I was manager, I'd play Max Diamond on that right hand side. Don't care if he is 15. Good enough, you're old enough. 100% I agree with this, Kenji. I do. I've always said that. If you're good enough, you're freaking old enough. He would rip Robertson a new one. He's gonna cause huge problems. 100%. Dan Martin, I would take any actual striker over 29. Dude is so shit. Yeah, he's not a nine. He's not a 10. He's not a left winger. He's not a right winger. I just don't know what Carver says. He's someone who turns up maybe every 6 games and puts a decent finish in. That is it. Not even the best in air. He's shocking in air for his size. Sheldon Johnson, Kenji in Philippines, bro. I'd focus on winning the game, not to showcase a 15-year-old. Dan Martin, the 15-year-old, could actually win us the game. Darren Martin, pen magnet. Ryan, I think Arteta goes on FIFA and sees who has the highest ratings and signs them instead who is actually better. That's a good shot. You could imagine him doing that. So Nunson, I would love to bring him on in a final just for that. I would, if we start Max Diamond on Sunday, I'd be like, do it, do it. Just do it. The guy's thriving. Personally, I don't want to obviously hammer him, because Jack Wilshere at 16, he was playing nearly all games. I think he played like 42 games in a row. Next minute, he just got injury after injury. So we do have to protect him, Darwin, a little bit, but there's going to be games where he has to start. And I even against Liverpool, I don't think he gives a shit who they're playing. If it were Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Man City, I don't think he cares one bit. This guy looks that damn good. It's simple as that. It's simple as that. And we can't mask over the fact. We can't pretend he's not looking good. He looks phenomenal. He's played against Newcastle. I know it was a friendly, but there's no such thing as a friendly when you're playing a Premier League team via Premier League team. And he was bossing Newcastle. They couldn't handle him. Even Joe Linton had to foul him. And again, I think there's a picture where as if to say, "You are him." I think Joe Linton ordered him and as if to say, "You're phenomenal." Joe Linton's a beast, and so I don't think it phases him one bit. If he starts against Liverpool, I think he thrives off it. Look at him, Saturday night. He was getting the ball, he was running, he had intensity, he had forward-thinking attitude. He had ball over ball with a volley, he had a shot over, I think went wide. I really wanted him to take that penalty. I thought, just give it him. Game's won, just give him that penalty. Give him that penalty. But then Victor Gyökeres is like, no, mate, I want my goal tally up. I'm scoring goals. So I like that side of it as well. So, yeah, I mean, but even Wanyeri, I'm definitely okay with from Wanyeri playing right wing. But Noni Madueke, I think it'll be him. Kenji Philippines, Sheldon Johnson, yeah, and chances would be higher if Max Diamond starts. He is better than Madueke, Marte, Trossard, and even Saka. I won't say Saka, but I agree with other ones, Kenji. Sheldon Johnson, it's the new Messi. I do think he bench Saka in due time. You can't subdue real talent for a lot. No, you can't. You just can't. You can't ignore it. It's simple as that. Dan Martin at Kenji Philippines. Facts. I don't think he's as good as Saka yet, Max Diamond, but he's definitely as good as Trossard, Martinelli, Madueke. He is, and he looks better than Jesus at the moment. He does. Mr. Batterbed, next summer will be the battle for Baleba. I reckon lots of teams will be in for that lad, 100%. If he has another great season, absolutely, 100%. But can Man United push Bruno out the door? Can they get Garnacho out the door? And can Man United coop up around about 200 million by Monday? If they do, they could literally go all out and get Baleba and a defender. That could turn Man United's season. I don't know. That could be crazy to think that, but there's rumours that Bruno is been having talks apparently with Al Ittihad, where Benzema plays if he's still there in Saudi League. And Man United will probably get around about 70 million for Bruno. They'll get around 30, 35 for Garnacho. Anthony is desperately trying to get to Real Betis, and I think Real Betis have got to give Man United about 30, 35 million. Yes, they're losing money, but they're still going to get it at this point. So Man United by Monday could get around in sales, let's just say about 150 million. Now, I don't know, but if they did, and Jim Radcliffe's ruthless, he might just say to Brighton 90 million straight out for Baleba, and then finish it with a defender. And I just again I look at bigger pictures. That probably won't happen, and Bruno probably will end up staying. But it could happen. It could happen. I'm telling you now, Saudi league especially, you know, Al Nassr. If Ronaldo because Ronaldo apparently gets a say in a lot of signings. Al Nassr sign. If he turns around and says, "Please go all out and get Bruno," Man United could get 80 million for Bruno. They could. Um, right, where are we? Um, Let me just see. Baleba, yeah, seen that one. Change Philippines at Del Martin, yeah, it is. How much more must this do to prove himself? Even if he scores a hat trick, they would say he's too young to start. Ryan Overmars seemed really good, not really talked about today. He's my favourite winger. Mark Overmars, that famous goal, heads the ball down on a Saturday afternoon against Manchester United with a yellow strip and the blue running across the centre of it. Um, Heads that ball down, puts it straight through Peter Schmeichel's legs. Hello, Mark Overmars. And on that one as well, Ryan, again, I mean, keep mentioning this, just shows the standards, what we used to attract, the kind of talent we used to find with Arsene Wenger, David Dean, Steve Rowley, the head scout. He signs from Ajax, Mark Overmars. Emmanuel Petit signs from Porto. They signed in 97. By 2000, they was both sold to Barcelona. They are legends at this football club. Emmanuel Petit and Mark Overmars are legends at this football club. And I can say I seen Emmanuel Petit's first goal for Arsenal at this ground here, Highbury, when they beat Wimbledon 5-0. And I only got to go to Highbury once. Mark Overmars, Flying Dutchman. What a winger. What a winger. Unstoppable. He picks that ball up, forget it, because he's gone. Tucked in, he just ran like with his body tucked in a bit like Martinelli, but that guy could finish. He could finish, and he was rapidly quick. What a winger! 3 seasons in an absolute Arsenal legend. Really good. Really talked about, but what was a key figure, I believe. Correct me if I was wrong. Mark Overmars, 100% Ryan quality. Robert Perez, obviously next in line. Ryan, you should do a show with Latvian. I've been on with Rob. I've been on with Latvian. At Latvian Guna, you and him share a lot of views. You guys can grow your channels. Go. Yeah, we've done. I've been on with Robbo. But like I say, Ryan, it's difficult for me because I work 4 nights a week, every single week, and they're rotational. So I've not got the 4 same off, and I have 2 off. So and I'm still building my channel at the minute. I've got a better webcam to put on. I just keep forgetting to do it. So yeah, but I have been on with Robbo. I've been on with Latvian Guna. A great channel, and he's getting close to getting to that 1K as well. So we have yeah, I've been on with him. And DJB's mentioned I can go on with him as well, the legend, and but it's just finding that right time where we both meet it together because obviously I work full-time nights. So Ryan, one thing though that made me laugh, my good friend decided to watch the Man United game with me. He fell asleep in the 70th minute. My friend does not watch football. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm puzzled because Man United was fantastic against us. They were brilliant. I must have mentioned. I mentioned this on a stream last night. They were stronger. They were faster. They were winning headers over us. And yet, next minute they turn up against Fulham. Oh, it's Man United of last season. And then tonight they have just literally put the biggest embarrassment I would say on the club's history. And I don't think that's going to be allowed to carry. I think there's going to be consequences. I really do. I honestly do. Now, what can Sir Jim Radcliffe do? He's a very wealthy man. I think he's worth about 19 billion. What will he do? Will he just say, right, just doesn't matter what it is, go and get Baleba from Brighton. We're going to sell players. I know he's a goal threat, but I think they have to sell Bruno. If A 60, 70, 80 million deal comes in for Bruno, they've got to sell him. It's as simple as that. It is simple as they have got to sell him. Zeki, I don't know how much. No, sorry, I don't know much about him other than preseason games. But what's your thoughts on Mosquera playing as a defensive mid? He has a lot. He has lots of pace, good height, and looks strong. Now that's a tricky one because as I've said a lot, I used to watch football all over the world. So obviously, I have seen Mosquera play for Valencia maybe about 3 times. Maybe when I've watched some. I used to be a better, like I've told people. I used to bet. I used to be a gambling addict for 6 years, and I used to watch teams all over the world, even the Swedish league. With Malmo, the Swiss league with Servette, Young Boys, sorry, Basel. Any football I could watch, I would watch. But one thing I will say on that betting, I haven't bet for a year gone on the April the 8th. So obviously next April is 2 years since I've put one single bet on. I will never ever do it again because your first bet, you are one step closer to losing everything. And that's how I see it. I've been there and I've done it all. So I do say that when it comes to when people say, "Oh, have you seen this player?" Yes, I have actually seen this player. Like even Zubamendi, I've probably seen him 17 times with Real Sociedad and Spain, and I never thought, "What a midfielder! What a midfielder!" Unless I missed something, I don't know. So I do always use that, like because I used to watch football all over the world. It was non-stop. I watched the A League, the Australian League on a Friday morning, right up until the Premier League on Sunday evening. It was non-stop. So Mosquera, I have no idea with that Seki. I mean, he's a big unit. He's a big guy. I don't know in centre midfield. I'm not sure. I want to see Miles Lewis Skelly because I look now. If we sign this Piero Incapi, then I think he'll be the left back because nobody is taking Gabriel and Saliba's place because those two on the day are the best centre back pairing in the world of football. We all know that on the day, there's no one better than them two in world football. So it looks like Piero Incapi will be Arsenal's left back. Then Calafiori, he's going to be on the bench. Miles Lewis Skelly is going to be on the bench. So, I mean, yes, we're building squad depth, but I will say this, and I said this yesterday. If Miles Lewis Skelly is getting zero game time, he footballers are ruthless now, and it doesn't matter if they're Arsenal boys. And I don't, people say he's just signed a new contract. Yes, he has. If he is getting zero game time and he's getting 10-minute there, missing 5 games and getting another 10-minute or whatever, or 20-minute, Miles Lewis Skelly's going to look and think, hold on a minute, what's happening here? Because I've just started my England career, scored on my debut, by the way, for England with my first cap, and I am getting 0 minutes, and it's a World Cup year. Agent, just keep an eye out for teams because this is not going how I thought it would. I'm not getting any game time whatsoever. So that's one to look out for. That's one to look out for. And people say, well, just sign a new contract means nothing in football no more. It just means the club can protect the value. So that's one to watch out for. If we do get that Piero Incapi, I'd love to know how to pronounce his name. Then you think, well, where will Miles Lewis Skelly play? Because I want to see him in midfield. And Shane Gooner, the legend, always says that, and he said it from start. And I have started thinking he would be good in midfield. He really would, because he's good on the ball. He's an ankle biter. He wants the ball, but he's going to have players next to him, like a Declan Rice, etc., to calm him. Whereas when he's on in the left back position, he stretches out. He stretches out and sometimes drags that last man down, and obviously it can be a straight red just like that. Where and he gets exposed. He does. In midfield, he's got that protector around him. He's got Zubamendi, the calmness. Declan Rice, obviously, just the engine of the midfield. So I would like to see Miles Lewis Skelly in midfield. Will it happen? Probably not. But just be thinking ahead with that because if he thinks I'm getting zero game time, I didn't sign up for this. He might just walk. he might just ask to leave because it's a World Cup year. Players need to be playing now. Kenji Philippines, how much Brighton wants for Baleba? I heard it is 100 million, Kenji, 100 mil, but now it's few days off the window. They might want even more. Yeah, if they can't find a replacement, they'll probably push United to 110. But again, like what you just said, Kenji, good point, because if Man United sell Bruno Fernandes and they get 70 million for him, and United go for Baleba, they are going to make Man United pay massively. They're gonna probably say we want 70 million, and plus they'll probably want a player from Man United as well. Now that would be to be honest, that would be a good bit of business. Who they can offer? Kobe Maino. I mean, I don't know because I think Kobe Maino. There's talk of Real Madrid, etc. Looking at him in Newcastle. So I don't know. But I think Man United have to sell Bruno Fernandes. And like I said, if you sell Bruno Fernandes and get 70 million, you sell Garnacho for about 30, 35, you get about 35 for Anthony. Who's the other one? Hoyland, I don't know what's going to happen with that. I think they could change the season, but I think it's getting too late. I think it's getting late. I don't know. No, I know the Saudi window kind of shuts different to the Premier League. Changing Philippines, if Man United pay more than 100 million for Baleba, will be mind blowing. They need a goalie and even a right back, centre back. They do need Man United. Personally, I think need a goalkeeper, but I don't even see that. Well, in fact, that Lemers, the Royal Antwerp, the Belgian team, they're close to signing him. So that looks like it's going to be done. The Lammers signing, but then I look at the defence and I just think Lenny Yoro's still learning. It's his second season in Premier League. They don't have one world class centre back. They haven't got a world class centre midfielder. Like Casemiro and that, they're still here and they're refusing to leave. They don't want to leave. They've even made it public. They don't want to leave Man United. They don't want to leave. So they've got big problems. To me, if you look at it like that, I do think Man United could turn the season round. But if they don't sign these players, I think they might struggle. Again, what I've said, because they were brilliant against Arsenal, but then against Fulham, well, it's Man United of last season. And tonight, it's probably gone down as the worst embarrassment in Man United's history. I would say so. And there will be repercussions. Something will happen with this. They've still got Joshua Zirkzee. He scored a very good penalty tonight. And again, it's his second season, so I wouldn't sell him yet. And I'm a bit of a fan of him. Sorry, he played very good for Bologna in his hit season in Serie A. But yeah, it's good. It's mad because it's now Thursday. You got today, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and all Monday. And you're talking, will Liverpool sign Isaac for 120, 130? Will Man United get Baleba? Will Bruno leave Man United and go to the Saudi League? Will Arsenal get another defender in? With this Piero Hincapié? Where will Lookman go? I want Arsenal to sign Lookman. And I did say I want, Rodrigo, like everybody does. We all wanted Rodrigo when there were a chance that he's going to leave Real Madrid. Of course, many many fans are going to want Rodrigo. So I was like, yeah, just get Rodrigo. Then after that, I'm thinking, is it realistic? Maybe not. Not with Arsenal. I don't think we've got a chance getting him. So then I'm like thinking, right, Rafael Leao all day long because I am a big fan of him. He's very unpredictable. I used to watch him at AC Milan and I think this guy's fantastic. 11 out of 10 next minute, game after. Is he playing? I know he's playing, but I just haven't even seen him. 4 out of 10. So I think he needs a new challenge, Rafael Leao, but I heard that he's in love with AC Milan. He loves playing for him. So fair play to him. Fair play to him. So that looks dead in water. And then you just look at Lookman. I know Leicester, Everton, and Fulham, it didn't work for him in the Premier League, but he's gone to Leipzig. He's turned up and started getting his career booming. Now at Atalanta and been even better. Seems to be really, really a late bloomer, as they call some players, in his prime, in his mid-20s, late 20s. And I just think for 40 million, that would add so much speed and goal threat to this attacking prowess what we're building. Um, and I think, yeah, for 45 million, you're definitely going to get Lookman because it looked like he was just set to sign for Inter Milan, but Atlanta obviously don't want to sell him to Inter Milan because they're classing it as rivals. So I don't know how, but I would love to finish this window with uh, an Adoma Lookman and a backup for Victor because I just keep thinking if Victor Gyökeres gets injured, we are in a massive mess. We're already going to be saying we ain't got a striker. We ain't got a striker to start our to play in our starting lineup, and on the bench, we definitely ain't got a striker because Kai Havertz is already injured, and now Victor Gyökeres has picked an injury up as well. Yes, it's all ifs and buts, but I keep saying you have to take that in consideration in football. The ifs, the buts, always expect the unexpected, the good, the bad, the sad, the happy. In anything in life, you do. You do. You get a message and you think, "Oh my God, that's what?" Or you get a message and you think, "Wow, that's really happened. I've been given a chance to do that." So you just have to take it in consideration all the time. So as much as this obviously Nkappi could be Arsenal's eighth signing, I'm still not saying this window has been perfect because we've still got all the deadwood here, so we haven't really made any sales whatsoever. And I, I just look and I just think if our guy Victor Gyökeres, our main striker, the striker what we've been waiting to see at this football club, gets injured, we will hit a huge problem because already we're scouting around like trying to pluck these players who can play left wing. Can it be Trossard? Can it be Martinelli? Can it be Eze? Which Eze's got to be in number 10 position all day long for me. So is it going to be Madueke? Already we're doing this. We're going into our third game of the season, and we're already trying to think who can play left wing. Who can play left wing? You know, we know Saka's injured, and he's going to be injured for about a month. I think Kai Havertz will be injured. I personally think Kai Havertz will be out for about I could be completely wrong, but I think it might be about 2 months because of the cartilage with his knee. I think it is, and I have had a meniscus tear on my knee. And I said last night on a stream I couldn't walk properly for about 6 weeks even. And I know they get better physios, obviously better care, better doctors, everything. Um, but it's still a knee, and obviously he's got a knee. I've got a knee. I know people repair faster, of course they do, and obviously you've got more better help with the physios, but I just worry, and I think we could run into problems very, very early. If Gyökeres gets in, imagine now if Victor Gyökeres gets injured, Saka's injured. Do you do you really believe that we've got a chance of winning that league? Which I don't think we're not going to win the league anyway. I'm adamant we're not. But imagine now if Victor Gyökeres gets injured, Saka's already injured. I guarantee you, most fans will be shitting bricks because they're thinking, who we're going to play up front? Who we're going to play at left wing? Who we're going to play right wing? And already that's so let's just say this. We're one injury away, slash Victor Gyökeres, of looking at our front line and saying, well, who can be the left winger? I ideally we want a new left winger, but Mikel Arteta will probably play Eze there, Eze has to be in the number 10 all day long. But what I'm saying is, so if Victor Gyökeres gets injured, we will already be saying, well, we don't really have a proper left winger. We ain't got a recognised out and out left winger. Who we're going to play up front? Will it be Trossard, Martinelli? What we're going to do? What we're going to do? And right wing, who we're going to play? Is it going to be Ethan Wanyeri? Is it going to be Max Darman? Is it going to be Madueke? Is it going to be Trossard? We're one injury away. Just to let that sink in. We're one injury away of hitting a huge, huge problem in that forward line. One injury away. That's something to just. That's another thing to take in consideration. Excuse me. Hmm. And I know it's all ifs and buts, people. Oh well, of course, a player can get injured. Yeah, they can. And I always take it in consideration. I never look at just the small, pretty, rosy picture. I always look at the bigger picture in football, and that's why I get things wrong. I put my hands up, like I said with Man United, Old Trafford, hands up, got it wrong but I get absolutely loads right when it comes to predicting things Arsenal, and I've posted things on Twitter to prove it. The season when I says, "We'll struggle this season. We ain't got no strike again, so we'll struggle, and we will get injuries." "Oh, what you're negative, you're negative." No, I'm just speaking facts because the season before that, Gabriel Saliba, Ben White, Declan Rice, Martin Odegaard, and Bukayo Saka played nearly all the minutes, and I mean all the minutes in the Premier League. So don't take a rocket science to work it out that, of course, the following season, yes, you're gonna pick injuries up. What did we go and do? Loads of injuries last season. Who knew? Who knew? Just want to brainwave it, just common sense. Right. Carry on reading some of these. Might wrap this up, people, in about 10 minutes. Thank you very much as well, people, for joining in early hours. Been a great chat again. But I say 10 minutes, it depends, just depends. So I want to go to sleep again a little bit for work tonight. Things to do with day as well. Excuse me. Kenji in Philippines. Berta must sort out Saliba's contract. Though 100% my favourite player, William Saliba. Though we can't lose him on a free. That will be a kick in the teeth. 100%, 100% Kenji. Absolutely my guy. My favourite player. And I have said this, and people will know this in the chat. Even though Saliba is my favourite player, and again, I've watched all his loans. I watched his loan when he went straight back to Saint Etienne, and I watched him when he went on loan to Nice, all in the Liga, French league. And he finished at Marseille, and he played nearly every game for Marseille that season. It was the last game of the season where Strasbourg battered Marseille 4-0. And in that season, I looked and I thought, bring him home. He is absolutely class. This centre back, what I'm seeing is Arsenal centre back, and he looks fantastic. And if you look, like I said, and I've shown this before, pictures, the way he's got his shoulders back all the time, perfect posture, and the way he ushers out with his hand leaning back, trailing back one of his arms, but he's always got his shoulders back. He is like Mr. Arsenal, Tony Adams. If you look, the way he leans as well and he'll push forward, but he's always got his shoulders back, perfect posture. He's like Tony Adams. You just watch when I noticed this about 2 years ago. But yeah, Kenji, I'll be gutted. But this is what I'm saying. If Real Madrid offered 80 million now and it stops at 80 million for William Saliba, I would turn around and say, I'm not going to be happy. He's my favourite player. He is, but sell him. But sell him because, like Kenji says, you can see Arsenal just letting this guy walk for free because he'll run. Because I think now he's I mean, you got to think he's just seen his mate, his partner, Gabriel, who those two, like I said on the day, are the best centre back pairing in world football. He's just seen his mate sign a new contract, and yet here he is. Nah, nah, because this guy's waiting. He's testing what Arsenal do, and he's working it out, thinking where are they going to be, maybe around Christmas time, and if they're at a title race, he's out, he's done, he's gone. It's simple as that. He will be gone. I think he's holding the cards here, William Saliba, and Gabriel deserves 300k a week. Saka deserves 300k a week. Saliba deserves 300k a week. You know why? Because this average footballer we've signed from Chelsea, Kai Havertz, gets £280,000 a week. Again, Bert has been left with a big shit of a mess with all these contracts and players to sell, etc. He has. Where would you? So, yeah, and I mean, like I said, let's say Saliba's worth. Personally, I think Saliba's worth 100 million right now as a centre back. By January, that drops to 70. By next summer, Real Madrid, in typical fashion, will just say, right, we'll offer you 50 million. He's got 1 year left on his contract, and this is it. This is it. Next minute, you're thinking, well, we spent 27 million on William Saliba. When we're thinking, if we ever sold him, we'd get around about at least 90 million for him. Next minute, you're getting 50 million for him. We just corrupt. We just have to accept facts. We do not know how to sell players. We're piss poor at it. We're the worst big club at selling players. It's as simple as that. There's no hiding. There's no hiding. There's no masking over. There's no, oh, you can't say that. You're negative. Just get your head out your arse and speak the facts. And the facts are we are the worst big club at selling players. Not just in this window, not the window before. It's been about 10 since especially with Mikel Arteta, and we was rubbish as well under Wenger era at some stages, but definitely under Arteta. We've been absolutely piss poor, shocking at selling players under Arteta and the Kroenkes. Right, let me just see this. Can the Philippines sorry, would you take Kobe Mano to Arsenal, Rich? Hmm. Not in the position he plays. I still want attack. I still want two more attacking players signed in this window. But Kobe Mano, I think there's a player there. I mean, this is a guy, people, who was getting England caps and doing well and absolutely class at Man United for a season. Next minute, a shadow, an absolute shadow. So to me, that's another one and all. Just sell Kobe Mano. If someone got Kobe Mano for 40 million, I think it'd be a good signing. Now, who's he going to go to? Where would he go? Because I think he thinks he can hit Real Madrid standards. Maybe Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, PSG. It wouldn't surprise me. PSG even do things like that. They like to bring a player in just to bolster their attack. Like they brought a Jesse Gay in, who were at Everton, then went to PSG, and comes back to Everton. He hardly got a game. Aston Villa, they're quite stacked in midfield. But I've heard Onana has been linked with somebody, but I don't think Aston Villa sell Onana. I'm a big fan of Onana. I wish we'd have signed him. Um, Obviously, it was at Everton as well. Would Kobe Mainoo go to Everton? Um, Excuse me, but I think Kobe Mainoo is like, no way. I am not dropping down that table. And he wants apparently £180,000 a week. That's what he's wanting. So, I mean, you know what I'm going to say next? Will he be pushed to a Saudi league? And if he does, then he's basically just like, I want to earn bag loads of money for 2 years and I'll come back to Europe. If he does, he does. Because they will probably pay him about £220,000 a week in the Saudi league. So apparently that's what he wants. He wants £180,000 a week, same as what Gabby Martinez is on. Um, Kenji Philippines for 45 million. I would take him all day long. He looks like a baller. Yeah, Kenji, I would, but not now. I want the attack finished. I want two more attacking players, but I would sign Kobe Mano. I would. I think he's a box to box, a bit of aggressive midfielder. He's got a good head on his shoulders. I think there's a player there, 100%, like what you just said, Kenji. I think he's a baller. But right now, I want that left winger, preferably Lookman, and I want a backup for Victor Gyökeres, who I would love it if we managed to just give some money to. I can't remember which team it is who he plays for. Ivan Toney in Saudi League. Um, and even if you have to pay a 5 million loan fee, I would love that. Ivan Toney to back Victor Gyökeres up. I'd be buzzing. I'd be really, really confident knowing if Gyökeres gets injured, Ivan Toney steps in. None of this. Oh, is it Trossard we can play up front? Oh, Mikel Moreno, the secret weapon, which he is, and Moreno can finish, but that's not good enough, man. That's not this is Arsenal Football Club. It's not. It's not play day. It's not trialing FC. It's like right. The players are playing that position. That's where they play, and they're going to do the business. End of. Kenji Philippines. If we get two more, that would be insane. Best window ever. But then Arteta have to win the league and at one of the cups. If not, it's going to be embarrassing. Yeah, the pressure is on Arteta already, and I'm loving it. I want to I want him to. I hope, sorry, he is feeling huge, immense pressure right now. I hope he's got massive pressure on his shoulders. Massive. He deserves it. 100%. Kenji Philippines, Moreno, mate. Yep. I mean, we forget about Mikel Moreno, who can finish. Like I said, he can finish. Check it. I think Oxlade-Chamberlain was probably the biggest profit we made on a player. Right. This is where people it's Oxlade-Chamberlain slash Florian Balogun, who obviously went to Monaco, and they both tied in around about 35 to 40 million. That's the biggest sales Seki, apparently my guy. BX Gunner 81, we're selling players for 15 to 20 mil. I wouldn't be surprised if some Spanish or Italian club came in for Martinelli. BX Gunner 81, big up to you as well. Good to see you in the chat. Well, Gabby Martinelli, a player where we all wish he would have made it for Arsenal, and I keep saying this, I wish he'd have become a legend. But the thing is, if a European team comes in for Martinelli, they're going to look and think, last 2 seasons, piss poor, rubbish, shocking. Already doesn't look the best. Looks like it's going to be a replica of the last 2 seasons. So with that, let's just say a Saudi League club coming for Martinelli, and they throw 60 million straight on the table, which to me is like, right, make this happen. Boom, 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 boom. Tim Lewis, tick it off, the co-chair of Arsenal, which he's apparently the one who says, yeah, that can happen. He's the last person what does the tick, apparently. So let's just say Saudi League come in, offer 60 million all day long. We want that to be accepted. Of course we do. Now, if a European team comes in for Martinelli, I guarantee you now they will offer around 30, 35 million for Martinelli because they're not stupid. And he's on £180,000 a week. Now, like I said, if a Saudi League comes in, they're going to be like, right, we'll offer him 60 million. He's on £180,000 a week. So what? We'll pay him £250,000 a week, which is a pay rise for him. Of course it is. But European teams, they're not daft. And they obviously can't go that as far as what the Saudi club can. So they would probably say, right, we'll offer 30, 35 million, which, I mean, again, this guy was worth 80 to 90 million 3 seasons ago. So they'll offer, say, 30, 35 million, but we'll pay 180 a week. So this is why, and I don't know when the Saudi window closes, because it's always different to the Premier League, or it might have changed now. We've got to hope that the Saudi League come in for our players at last minute. If they come in for Vieira, if they come in for Kiwior. I mean, why are they not coming in for Kiwior, players like that? Like I'm puzzled by it. I'm like Kiwior in Saudi League. Of course, it'll make their teams better. Of course, it will. It'll shore their defence up. And I said the other day on a stream that Saudi League now are not just going for a certain profile of player. It's not just the players what's coming to end of the career. They're going for players what's coming to end of the career, obviously, players what's in the prime, and young kids on the like new wonder kids. Like there's this. I only come across it the other day. Apparently, they're calling him the Portuguese Messi, this Moura, for Porto. And apparently already, bang, Saudi clubs are all over it, offered 70 million to Porto for him. He's only a young kid, a wonder kid apparently, but straight away 70 million straight in. I mean, so why are we not seeing him coming for Kiwior, Trossard? I mean, if surely these Saudi clubs would want someone like Trossard, it would be a fantastic player in that league, and we could get 40, 45 million for someone like he's got bags of experience. He's a Belgian international, so there's something seriously, seriously wrong with Arsenal Football Club when it comes to selling players, and it's no joke now. It's not making it. I'm not making it up. The people in my chat are not making it up. There's something very, very wrong. What goes on? I don't know. Like I said, is it the first email Arsenal send? Are they approach it? Is it the first phone call? Something is not right. Something's completely wrong when it comes to selling players for Arsenal. People, I'm going to wrap this up in about 2 minutes. Thank you very much as well, people, whoever's joined in the chat. Please do smash the likes and subscribe if you already haven't. BX Gun 81, his international career would be dead if he went to Saudi. Angelotti is picking him now. Yeah, he is, but I mean, that's just in the friendlies. If he doesn't like change his game and up his game, he ain't going to go to that World Cup. It's as simple as that. No chance. Kenji Philippines, he looks good under Ten Hag. I don't think that system Amarim suits him. Big up to you, mate. You have a great day. Sorry that I'm waffling too much. Definitely not watching. Definitely not waffling, Kenji. And please go and subscribe as well, people. Kenji in Philippines, if you already haven't. Take it serious. Silverware has to hit Arsenal trophy cabinet this season. 100% Seki, absolutely. There's no excuses left. Otherwise, some big players will leave. I think fans will be wanting Premier League or UCL trophy. I think with this squad, an FA Cup isn't enough. No chance. No chance, Seki. It has got to be the Premier League or the Champions League or out or done. And like you just said, and I've said it a lot of times, big players will start leaving. And this is why, like what me and Kenji have said, Saliba, I think, is just waiting and waiting and seeing what we're doing by Christmas. And if we're at the title race, he's gone. He's gone, people. And I tell you the next one as well. And Declan Rice made it clear, even last season, there's no excuses now. We've got to turn up and start winning trophies. So he's warned the club near enough from day one, not in the specific words, but he has literally made it clear there's no excuses now. Arsenal have to start winning trophies. So if we don't win anything this season, Declan Rice might be like, what, Real Madrid want me? Or Barcelona want me? Yeah, I think I'm going. I think I'm going. I want to win trophies. And people can say we're negative and we're all this and all that. We're just spitting facts. Footballers want trophies. And this now is the end for Arteta. If he does not win the Premier League or the Champions League this season, he has to be sacked from this football club because we are not moving anywhere near where we should be right now. If we have not still won the Premier League or the Champions League, we are literally taking steps back with this stubborn, smug prick, Mikel Arteta. And I mean, look at this. This isn't a lie. This is not a lie. This is facts. Arsenal net spend since 2021 in Nketiah joined 730 million plus one Community Shield. There you go, people. There to see. And it's facts. Maresca, but who in June literally touched 1 year of being the Chelsea manager, and he has won 2 trophies already. Already. So he has done better than Mikel Arteta already. But you'll get these Arteta, obsessed fans. Oh, but it's only Club World Cup. Yeah, because we're not in it. Just wake up and get your head out your arse. So, and I mean, apparently we were told about a month ago by this Guna Chris, this weirdo, this weird person, definitely a weird person on Twitter who posts even pictures of the players' kids, etc. What's stopping this team from winning the lot? Are you serious? You absolutely thick twat. No team for a start wins every single trophy, so grow up, you childish little prick. I mean, look at that. Eze, left wing, no. Martin Odegaard, number 10, no. Already I've made 2 changes straight away. That is not good enough to win all trophies whatsoever. That's not good enough to even win the Premier League, if you ask me. Eze in the number 10, Odegaard out, bring me someone like Lookman into that team. Then it looks loads better. But under Mikel Arteta, we ain't winning no Premier League title, no chance. Right. Let me just make sure. Kenji Philippines, last question. You think Martinelli could play striker? I think he is a striker. Remember under Emre? Yeah. Well, this is it, Kenji. I said this yesterday, my guy. It's not working on the wing for Martinelli, and it's a shame because we all wanted Martinelli to be an Arsenal legend. I did anyway. I'm gutted that it's just not worked for him. He never moans, he never whinges, nothing. But it's not working with Mikel Arteta, and it's definitely not working on the wing. Is it an individual thing, or is it Arteta literally making him do that 70% defensive side, 30% attack, or 60 defensive, 40 attack? We don't know. But you've got to do something because if you're not going to sell Martinelli, then you have to do something to make sure it does not turn unbelievably sour for his Arsenal career. Because if he keeps turning out like he is, fans are going to hammer him. And he's a player where you just wish he would have become an Arsenal legend because, like I said, he doesn't moan, he doesn't whinge. So if you're going to keep him, for God's sake, do something with him and help him. Help him. Put him as a number 10. Sorry, put him as a backup for Victor Gyökeres. Give him the keys and say, there you go. It's your chance. You are Victor Gyökeres's backup striker. Give him a chance sometimes to play up front with Gyökeres in the last 15, 20 minutes. If it's not working under this manager, nah, I don't see it. Just do not see it. Everybody, Thank you for joining. I am going to wrap this up. Probably go to sleep again for a couple of maybe 3 or 4 hours. Enjoy the rest of your morning slash day wherever you are. And yep, it's Thursday. It's getting closer to Liverpool, and the transfer window is getting closer to shutting. And we've still got all our deadwood here. I want 2 more attacking players, people. Everybody, thank you very much for joining the chat. Take care.